In this video, we will continue working on our review sheet for our first unit test. We're going to start with MBT.3, which is rounding. Number 15 says, which numbers round to 1,000, 4,100 when rounded to the nearest hundred? So it's asking which numbers. So there may be more than one, so we have to make sure that we go through every single one to check. So I'm going to just round each of these to the nearest hundred and see which answers come up to be 4,100. So 4,008, I'm going to underline the hundreds place. I'm going to circle the place to the right. So I look at the place to the right, 0 to 4 stays on the floor. Yep, that's 0 to 4. So I'm going to keep my 4. My 0 stays as 0. And I'm going to change all of the other digits to 0. So 4,008 rounded to the nearest hundred is 4,000. That is not the number I'm looking for, so I'm going to put an X on that one. Next, B, 4,140. I'm going to underline the hundreds place, circle the place next door, look at the place next door. The place next door is a 4. That's from 0 to 4, so the 1 will stay the same. My digits to the left stay the same, and my digits to the right become zeros. So my answer for when that's rounded to the nearest hundred is 4,100, which is the number I'm looking for. So I will circle B. Next is 4,060. I'm going to underline the hundreds place, circle the place to the right. I'm going to look at the place I circled, and I'm going to ask myself, is the place I circled 0 to 4 or 5 to 9? That's a 6, so it's from 5 to 9. So the 0 is going to climb the vine, so I'll add 0 plus 1, which is 1. My 4 stays the same, and the rest of my digits become 0. So that's another one that rounds to 4,100, so I'll circle C. D, 4,109. Underline the hundreds place, circle the place to the right. Ask if the place to the right is 0 to 4 or 5 to 9. It's 0 to 4, so my 1 stays on the floor. My digits to the left stay the same, and the digits to the right turn into zeros. That's another one rounded to 4,100. Last one is E, 4,049. Underline the hundreds, circle the place to the right. Ask myself, is 4 0 to 4 or 5 to 9? It's 0 to 4, so the 0 stays on the floor. My digits to the left stay the same. My digits to the right become zeros. That is not one of my answers because it rounds to 400. Bless you. Okay, we're going to work on number 16 now. An original number was rounded to the nearest hundred and the nearest thousand. The original number is different from both the rounded numbers in the table. Use the chart to help you select the original number. So I see when it's rounded to the nearest hundred, my answer is 23,700. And when it's rounded to the nearest thousand, the answer was 24,000. So now I'm going to go through it and round all of these to the nearest hundred and to the nearest thousand to see which ones I get these two answers for. I'm going to start with A, 23,600. I'm going to first round it to the nearest hundred, 660. I'm going to underline the hundreds place. I'm going to circle the place to the right. The place to the right is a 6, so that's from 5 to 9. So the 6 is going to climb the vine and become 7. The digits to the left, the 2 and the 3, are going to stay the same, and my digits to the right become zeros. So when I round it to the nearest hundreds place, my answer is 23,700, which is the same as up here. So now I'm going to check to see if when I round it to the nearest thousands place, I get 24,000. 23,660. I'm now going to underline the thousands place because I'm rounding to the nearest thousand. I'm going to circle the place next door, which is the hundreds place. I'm going to ask myself, is 6 0 to 4 or 5 to 9? It is 5 to 9. So that means my 3 is going to climb the vine and become a 4. When I say it climbs the vine, it increases by 1 or it rounds up to the next closest thousand. The 2, because it's a digit to the left, it will stay the same. And the one that we circle, and all of the digits to the right become zeros. This one also rounded to 24,000. So this is my answer. If I wasn't certain, I would go through the rest of them, but for time's sake, I'm going to move on to the next one. Round the number 67,908 to the nearest hundred. So I'm going to underline the hundreds place. I'm going to circle the place to the right. I'm going to ask myself, is 0 to 4? or 5 to 9. 0 is 0 to 4, so 9 is going to stay the same or stay on the floor. My digits to the left stay the same. The one I circle and the digits to the right become zeros. So rounded this rounded to the nearest hundred is 67,900. Number 18, which place value is the number in the chart below rounded to? So the original number was 6,787. So I'm going to underline the first number that is not a zero, which is in the hundreds place. So let's check to see if this is rounded to the hundreds place. So I'm going to underline the 7, circle the tens place, which is an 8. 8 would make this go up to climb the vine to an 8. So this answer rounded to the hundreds would be 6,800. So this is rounded to the hundreds place. Now we're going to move on to our next standard, which is MBT.2.4, adding and subtracting multi-digit numbers. What is the difference between 81,243 and 71,987? To be able to figure out this answer, we need to know what the word difference means. Difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. So I'm going to have to subtract both of these numbers in order to find my answer. So I'll write both these numbers down. We have to remember to check it over. So 81,243 is the same as this, because if you write it down incorrectly, you'll definitely get the right answer, even if you understand how to solve it. Then 71,987. And I said I'm subtracting. Let me check this number, 71,987. Check. I cannot do 7 minus 3 because 7 is less than 3, so I have to borrow 1 from next door. The 4, I'm taking one of those 10s away, so that becomes 3, and I'm adding 10 to 3, which will give me 13. 13 minus 7 is 6. 3 minus 8 I can't do either, so I'm crossing out the 2 in the hundreds place. I'm taking 100 and unbundling it and making this a 13, making this a 1. 13 minus 8 is 5. 1 minus 9, I can't do that one either, so I'm going to cross out the 1, make this a 0, add a 1 to this place. So now I have 11 hundreds. So 11 hundreds minus 9 hundreds will give me 2 hundreds. 0 minus 1, I can't do that either. So I have to take 1 away from the 10 thousands place. So now I have 7 in the 10 thousands place. And I have 10 thousands. 10,000 minus 1,000, or 10 minus 1 is 9 thousands. 7 minus 7 is 0. So my answer is 9,256. Find the missing digit. To find the missing digit, I'm going to go through and start from the beginning, and I'm going to regroup as I need to as I go. So 409,845 minus 1 blank 6, 675. 5 minus 5 is 0, no regrouping there. 4 minus 7 though, they got 7. And I can't take 4 away from 7, so I have to cross out the 8, make it a 7, cross out the 4, and make it a 14. Now that makes sense. 14 minus 7 equals 7. 7 minus 6 equals 1. 9 minus 6 equals 3. This says 0 minus blank equals 1. Well, if I have 0 of something and I take something away, I can't have 1. And this next one says 4 minus 1 equals 2. That doesn't make sense either. But if this is 0 and I'm going to get the answer of 1, I know that this number is going to be larger than 1. So I'm going to cross out the 4, make it a 3 because I'll have to regroup. The 0 will turn into a 10. 10 minus what gives me 1? And I know 10 minus 9 gives me 1. And then 3 minus 1 would be 2. So our missing digit is 9. Solve 30,981 minus 2,769 plus 45,629. So I'm going to do whatever I see first, whatever problem I see first, that is on the left first, and then I'll move on to adding it. So first, I'm just going to work on this piece. So I'm doing 30,981 minus 2,769. 1 minus 9 I can't do. Have to borrow 1 from this place. 7, 11. 11 minus 9 is 2. 7 minus 6 is 1. 9 minus 7 is 2. 0 minus 2 I can't do. Cross out the 3, make it a 2. Cross out my 0, make it a 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 2 minus 0 is 2. And 3 minus 0 is 3. So my answer for that is 328,212. But now I'm not done because I have to add it to this number. I'm not going to put this number right below it. First of all, because my paper is running out. And second of all, even if you did have more room down there, you would not be able to put up your regrouping. You won't have enough room and you would likely make a mistake. So I'm going to write this number over here again, 328,212 plus 45,629. 9 plus 2 is 11. 2 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. Carry the 1. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 more is 7, and 3 plus 0 is 3. So my answer for this problem would be 373,841. Lastly, we're going to do 34,897 plus 34,098 plus 2,871. So when you do these problems, you could either line all three of these up and add them all together, or you could, like we did, you could put all three of these on top of each other and add them together, or you could start with these two and then add it to this one. I am going to show you the strategy of putting them all on top of each other in order to add them, because in the last one, we did it by adding these two first and this one second. If there's different ones, so see how this is addition and addition, then we're able to do this. If this had any subtraction in it, we would not be able to do this strategy. So I'm going to write my numbers over here to the side. So I'm going to do 1 plus 7 will give me 8, plus 8 more is 16. So I found a double there. I'm going to try to either make doubles or I'm going to try to make an easy 10 in order to add it up easier. Carry the 1. 1 plus 9 will give me 10. Plus 9 more will give me 19. Plus 7 will give me 26. Carry a 2. We're not always carrying a 1, so since this was 26, I have to carry a 2 because I had a 2 in the hundreds place. 2 plus 8 is 10. Plus 8 more is 18. Plus 0 is still 18. Carry the 1. 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 2 more is 10. Plus 1 more is 11. 3 plus 3 is 6. Plus 1 more is 7. So my answer is 71,886. Watch our next video to review multi-step word problems and balanced equations.